Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman, uses high-tech gear and a special set of skills that lets him get through his day-to-night activities. He has a giant F1 tank, he has a genius level intelligence, he has over $300 billion, but I'm here to tell you that he also has powers. Real deal superpowers that he uses constantly all the time, and he's been doing this for about 87 years. A lot of people like to say Batman has plot armor or he can't die or lose because he's the cash cow of DC, but that's because they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Any Batman fan who really knows ball knows that Batman has powers, and it's just on the hush hush. The writers and the entire DC creative team have been hiding the secret for 87 years, and I don't know the exact reason why they are hiding it, but my guess is that it's because it helps with the mythology of Batman, because there's kind of a myth thing that Batman plays into, but other than that, I'm not sure. But alright, let's get into what I mean by powers. He doesn't have crazy powers like Superman or Martian Manhunter or Thor or something, but he 100% has at least Deathstroke to Spider-Man level powers. The stuff this guy has done is just hard to argue with. Let's get to the video. In this video, we are going to be going over Batman's superpowers by analyzing his strength, speed, durability, and other odd stuff he fucking does. I'll get over that at the end. Let's get to the video. Let's first get into Batman's strength. Batman is one of the strongest humans to have ever lived. It's actually completely insane how strong this man is. He casually pulls off daily strength feats that only can be accomplished by an elephant. We can just start off light. When it comes to Batman's bench press weight, thanks to one comic, fans have a pretty good idea just how much the Dark Knight can bench. And it's a fucking insane number. It's over 1,000 pounds. This detail comes from Grant Morrison's Batman 655 2006. Readers with the eye for detail will notice that one of the weights on the barbell is labeled 500 pounds. Since barbells are lifted with the same amount of weight on each side, this already brings the total weight to 1,000 pounds. However, as most people can just point out, there are multiple plates on each side. So, the Dark Knight is bench pressing over 1,000 pounds. Judging based on how many weights there are on the barbell, he's most likely benching between 3,000 to 4,000 pounds easy. The fact that Bruce Wayne is shown to be bench pressing over 1,000 pounds during his regular workouts already puts him on par with the strongest man to have ever lived. And I would say that this strength feat is consistent, because in Batman Odyssey #2, Bruce mentions that his maximum leg press is 2,500 pounds. Yeah, 2,500 pounds. Do you know how much that is? 2,500 pounds. Let me show you right here. 2,500 pounds is how much a fucking American bison weighs. An American bison. Not only American bison, but giraffes. Large male giraffes can weigh at large as 2,500 pounds. Not only that, a sea lion, a fucking fat ass sea lion, weighs 2,500 pounds. And Batman's tossing this with his legs. Simple as that. And I believe that leg press statement, because as you can see here, Batman can squat well over 1,000 pounds, with ranges estimating from 700 to much higher than 1,000 pounds or more. Batman can deadlift 800 to over 1,000 pounds, reflecting peak human condition and specialized training. These strength feats Batman is pulling off is for real just unhuman. Like as you can see here, Batman is seen here lifting over 1,000 pounds. But not only is he lifting 1,000 pounds, but he's doing it with a Catwoman sitting on his lap. This is a feat no human can accomplish, especially while keeping a conversation and eye contact. It's completely an impossible feat. Not only this, Batman has also been shown to be able to lift Solomon Grundy with one hand. As you can see here, Grundy weighs easily 900 pounds, but it's listed at 971. But he could weigh such as 980, and the clone version, which is the smallest version, is 500. And Batman is seen here lifting him up with one hand and then throwing him on the fucking ground, and then putting his boot on his throat, scaring the living shit out of a living zombie. One of the most overlooked strength feats from Batman is when he escapes a coffin while being covered in 6 feet of dirt. Not only was he trapped in a straitjacket, but 6 feet of dirt could approximately weigh from 3,000 to 6,600 pounds. And Batman threw that shit off him like it's nothing. And after this, he went to beat the fuck out of Dr. Fang. If you're still not convinced that Batman has super strength, then why can't he just lift a grown man while just holding their little ass heel like a child?
He told me he had friends, powerful friends, the sort of people who could make things happen. All I had to do was turn a blind eye to his experiments and work on my campaign. He said his friends would ensure that I won.
Who are they?
I have no idea. I never met them. They funded everything.
If you're still not convinced, why can't he just kick this grown-ass man through a giant chair like he's a super soldier?
Get away!
If you're still not convinced Batman has super strength, why does he keep lifting grown men off the ground like they're kids?
Where's Freeze?
He's in the museum. Penguin's got him.
Time to talk. Where's Cobblepot?
Let me go!
If you insist.
I can hurt you more than you can imagine. Tell me about Riddler.
Riddler? Okay, I don't know much, but I'll talk. Don't hurt me!
But my favorite are probably Arkham City, where Bruce Wayne breaks out the handcuffs at the beginning of the game to beat up the thugs. Or probably in Detective Comics 569, Batman literally punches through a brick wall to chase the Joker, a full brick wall with his bare hands. So yeah, Batman's basically out here moving like a meta who just forgot to register, because he's out here pulling straight metahuman feats, just casual. Not only is Batman strong, but Batman hits hard, like hard as hell.
I'm not ready. I have the means, the skill.
How the hell can a regular human kick a tree in half? Like, trees are strong enough to stop sniper bullets. Like, this is way crazier strength feat than like breaking metal or something. Speaking of breaking metal, you probably saw this coming up. Batman breaks metal constantly, all the time, and he does this casually with his bare hands. I mean, if you play the Arkham City games, you probably have already noticed that Batman completely crushes microphones or people's cell phones, or shoves his arm into beacons, ripping everything out, or he even just grabs the air vents and just tosses it across the room like he doesn't give a fuck and no one can hear anything. These are the things only super soldiers can do, and Batman is strong enough to do the same thing as them. Matter of fact, Batman's just even strong enough to bend the barrel of a shotgun. Now let's get back into how hard Batman hits. Batman hits so hard that he can even hurt people with high durability like a Green Lantern.
Now look, Bats, you can hatch all the plans you want, but from here on in, Guy Gardner's working alone.
You so much as sneeze without my permission, you're going to regret it.
That I'd like to see! One punch! One punch!
Not only is this true, but it's consistent because he actually done this twice. He also knocked down Guy Gardner back in the day for talking mad shit to him. Okay, so the context behind this is Batman is like the leader of the Justice League, and he's like not taking command or something, where he's being like a bad leader. So Guy Gardner tries to check Batman on it, and I think he also wants to be like the leader or something, but then Batman tells him to his face, I'd rather make Captain Marvel the leader before you, who is like a 12-year-old kid. And then Guy Gardner gets mad at Batman and just has a bright idea and says, I think it's time I show who's the best around here, while taking off his ring. And then he gets all up in Batman's face, wagging his finger, and then Batman's literally just not going for that. He's talking shit right back to him. Captain Marvel gets in front of both of them saying they can't fight, and he tells Batman he can't stoop to Guy Gardner's level because he's the leader of the team. And Batman just like, shut up, if you had the years experience like me, then you can do what you want. And then Captain Marvel just gets mad and walks away. But as soon as he leaves from the middle, Batman just looking at Guy Gardner's like, oh yeah, all bark no bite. And then Guy Gardner just charges at him like, I'm about to hit you, and Batman just knocks him out with one punch. But the funniest part about this altercation is that after Batman knocked out Guy Gardner, no one even woke him up. They left him knocked out on the fucking floor and just left the Hall of Justice or whatever. And he woke up like 4 hours later with a concussion. So as you can see, Batman is the strongest man to have ever lived. Now let's get to his speed. And this one's pretty easy because Batman has some of the cleanest super speed I've ever seen. Yes, I'm not saying he's fast. I'm not saying he's quick. This man has super speed, okay? It's facts. Let's talk about Batman's speed. Anyone who really knows ball knows that Batman's speed is top tier in the DC verse. First of all, this one everyone already knows, but for Batman, dodging bullets is child's play. He does this consistently across every Batman universe there is. I'm starting to think bullets are scared to hit Batman at this point. The average bullet goes as fast as 500 to 2,700 miles per hour, and it still can't manage to catch up to Batman's reaction speed. It doesn't even matter the gun. Batman has been seen dodging pistols, assault rifles, burst, full auto weapons, shotgun shots, explosives, literal laser blasters, and somehow even sniper shots. Now, if you still don't believe in Batman's reaction speed, Batman has also been shown to efficiently react and evade people with super speed and agility like Superman and Wonder Woman, as you can see here. Batman is also fast enough to just catch one of the Green Arrow's arrows right in front of his face to be similar, unless they're like a super soldier or something. Now, if you still don't believe Batman is fast, how about the time Batman completely dodges Darkseid Omega beams? And Darkseid Omega Beams is some of the fastest beams ever seen. I mean, look at this. Darkseid Omega Beams are so fast that they can hawk down speedsters or even Superman himself. However, they can't catch up to Batman's reaction speed because he already saw that shit coming. He can easily dodge his Omega Beams, predicting the way they move just because he's been seeing them so often. After seeing this, you might be starting to think this is just plot, but I'm here to tell you this is consistent because Batman has also been shown to trade punches with Reverse Flash himself, who's even faster than Barry Allen. As you can see here in the Button comic, Reverse Flash pulls up on Batman. He's on demon time. He's talking mad shit, telling Batman he's gonna kill him. He just ripped up Batman's letter from his father right from his face. However, Batman's fast enough to stab him in his foot and then clock him in his face 3 times. Well, he might have dodged his third one, but twice. He even drew blood, something even Superman hasn't been seen doing. And you might say this is fluke, or he was holding back and let Batman do this, or you might say that he still whooped Batman's ass. Let me remind you what happened at the end of this fight. God, I saw God. When Barry Allen pulled up, all he saw was a dead Reverse Flash and Batman's still alive. Now moving on, let's get to one of my favorite powers of Batman, and that is his super durability. Let's start off light like always. Batman survives jumping off a building unfazed. Let's look at the time where Batman jumps off an entire tower after getting shot point blank in his chest while catching a paraplegic redhead, landing on cement, and not only surviving, was completely unfazed, acting like that was the best thing that could have happened in the entire situation.
Dad, no!
Did you think I wanted him dead? Shh. It's okay to be afraid. Are you hurt?
I thought Dad killed you.
He knew what he was doing.
Now some of you might say some bullshit like, oh, his Arkham suit had more metal or something, even though that does not count for physics. But anyways, if you're not surprised about that, you should definitely be surprised about the time Batman survives a shotgun blast to the back of his head. Mind you, back of the head shots are illegal in the UFC and boxing. But anyways, in this comic, Batman and Robin were dealing with 2 completely incompetent police, and upon wandering on Tim Drake, the police told him to freeze and not to move. Tim Drake decides to try to leave anyway and dodge bullets like he's Dick Grayson, but while he tried to do that, he got shot by the cop. And later when Batman pulled up to save Tim Drake and defeat the police, the cop actually gets like a slick shot off while being on the ground and shoots Batman straight to the back of the head. And now this for sure rung his bell, but he really just got dizzy. Like, he was still standing, he just needed help a little bit, and arguably he can still fight. Now let's get into the time Batman survives being crushed through cement by Wonder Woman. Apparently Joker took control of the Justice League, and the first to try to kill Batman was Wonder Woman, who comes flying in at full speed, completely nose guard tackling Batman, like damn near breaking his back. Like, look at this, I don't know, he should have died from this alone. And then grabbing him by his back, slamming him to the concrete, breaking the ground beneath him. However, Batman does manage to get in his mech suit, but even then he gets in a dogfight with Wonder Woman, gets stabbed in his chest. Just so you know, Wonder Woman was fighting for real. She actually ripped Batman out the suit and completely destroyed it. However, Batman did get the drop on Wonder Woman and put her in like some genjutsu and beat her ass. But Wonder Woman is one of the strongest people on the planet Earth. How could she not have killed Batman with this crush? Both of these hits, honestly. He wasn't even in his bat suit. There's no excuse for it. Now let's get into one of my favorite durability moments of Batman, is when he falls from space in just his bat suit, lands in the forest, and gets up, still standing, ready to go. The context behind this scene is the Justice League satellite goes into crisis after the OMAC project events. Batman is on board when the satellite is destroyed. He's blasted out of orbit and falls from space with no protection except his suit. During re-entry, he uses a combination of his heat-resistant cape for shielding and adjusting his body position and pure willpower and pain tolerance. He then zaps down and hits the crevice of the ground, lands in the forest, struggles a little bit to get out the crater, and gets up still standing with his batsuit still intact. This is a crazy durability feat from Batman. Just seeing this, you have to be convinced that this man has powers. I mean, Batman's durability is just some of the strongest we've ever seen in DC. Batman has survived being electrocuted, Darkseid's Omega beams, being set on fire, getting crushed by the Hulk, explosions, sinking to the bottom of the sea, being frozen solid, getting shot in the head several times, mind you, falling from space, and getting his spine snapped by Bane. The Batman has still come back from all of these. Now let's get to the other strange ass powers he has, which is kind of my favorite category. I was talking about this beginning of the video. These powers he has, I mean, they're just random impossible shit he can do. Like, let's start with the old classic, Batman literally disappearing whenever someone slightly turns their head. Like, literally ever since I was a kid, in every single Batman like conversation with the guy, he talks to him, gets as much information as he can. He goes like, look over there, or like a noise happens or something, where they just looked over here and like distraught. And when they turn back, when Batman like doesn't answer or something, there's like a window open and Batman's gone. And it happens all the time. I swear I've seen this probably like 15 times.
New DA hears about this. He'll want in.
Do you trust him?
It'd be hard to keep him out. And here he's as stubborn as you are.
And let's go to the other twin brother of this power of disappearing, and it's Batman reappearing.
I don't have those things.
Right. Well, turn in your clipboard and glasses.
I know I can get through to him. Give me one more chance.
Well, what other option do we have? Me.
Jesus, was he there the whole time?
I'll make Joker talk.
Batman also reappears, like oddly, like my favorite time when Batman reappears is when Wonder Woman and Superman went to Big Barda's house and they said, we need your help. And for some reason, Batman was already in the house. We have no clue how he got there. He casually was already there, and he just keeps talking like it's normal.
We need to talk.
Can I get dressed first?
You were captain of Darkseid's honor guard.
No one addresses it. They're like, oh, it's just Batman, I guess. I don't know what type of power this is, but it's definitely something. There's no way this guy just full sprinting every time someone looks away because he's a theatric. And this is probably the most impressive of his other superpowers, which is his healing. Yes, I said it. He can heal, and this is actually canon. Apparently, Batman can heal his body by using breathing techniques, and he has done this shit multiple times, like in Batman 637 by Grant Morrison. Batman literally meditates, slows his heart rate, and regulates his breathing to stay alive after being shot. He's done this again in JLA 84. He states that this is how monks heal their bodies after extreme stress. And he's even done this again and used it to avoid freezing to death in Batman the Tibetan Affair. To be honest, those upper moon demons better be happy Batman's not in their universe. Going further, Batman is also oddly immune to several poisons and toxins. However, this one might not be like a super ability because he gets poisoned constantly because he's from Gotham, which is hilarious because he's been poisoned by Poison Ivy, Joker Toxin, Fear Toxin, Bane Venom, the Man-Bat Serum, the Mad Hatter, and several other deadly diseases, just like randomly in the comic book or like in the Arkham series, as everyone knows. So honestly, I would hope that he has some type of immunity by now. So that's not really that odd or strange, to be honest with you. But to end this video, let's get to one of Batman's most important superpowers, which is bagging the finest of the fine. This is actually crazy. This is actually crazy once you realize who he's really had on his roster. I'm gonna just speed blitz it because there's so many. Batman has had Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul, Vicky Vale, Joe Chill's daughter, Zatanna, Poison Ivy, Andrea Beaumont, Jezebel Jet, Harley Quinn, Silver Saint, and for some reason Batgirl. I'm gonna just give you these like 12 to 13 of his roster, but I'm telling you it's like triple, quadruple that. And obviously a normal human being cannot do this. No one has done this. This is just a Batman feat. Maybe like Wolverine. Maybe Wolverine got bodies like this. That's the only person. So yeah, we pretty much now come to end this video, and Batman is definitely a metahuman. I mean, I know people like to say he's in peak human condition, but the stuff he does is just above peak human. Like, bro, come on. Like, bro is a peak human. Like, you're telling me Batman's a normal human? Batman is not a normal human being. Humans cannot do any of this. Peak humans cannot dodge Omega beams. Peak humans cannot survive being shot in the back of the head. Peak humans cannot beat up metahumans in hand-to-hand combat. Peak humans cannot disappear from Superman like a ghost. Batman has powers. Not sometimes, not temporary, not accidental, always. And honestly, DC probably knows it. They just can't say it. The second Batman becomes officially metahuman, he loses all this marketing line that made him famous, a man standing with gods. But Batman isn't standing with gods because he's just a man. He's standing with gods because he's been a low-key metahuman this entire time. So yeah, next time someone says Batman's just a dude, show them this video, because a normal guy cannot do any of this. Batman's a metahuman in denial, or maybe DC's just in denial, but either way, the proof is just right here in the comics. So please, if you haven't yet liked the video, it does help with the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more comic breakdowns. Let me know which character you want me to do next. Scootaloo 2, see you next time.